Hey, so welcome back to Beauty Amidst the Ashes. I was thinking about the part of my book where I'm actually talking about I really didn't believe God saw me anymore. And it's when I was at the deepest part of depression and I was really just going through the actions. Every day was an action. It was, I'd go to church and I'd pray and I'd read my Bible, and I was parenting my children and homeschooling and doing everything I was supposed to be doing. So I was being productive in that. But deep down in my heart, I didn't believe God saw me anymore because all the prayers I was praying, I wasn't seeing the works of his hands in it. And it really takes you into Isaiah, where he talks about his ways are not our ways, where we're expecting an answer today. We want a move today. We want the deliverance today. We want the fruit today. But sometimes it's not today that we're going to see the result of his deliverance or his promises, because his ways are not our ways. And, prayers take time. And sometimes our faith is built in the valleys of praying the same prayers over and over and over, and just believing that this God who hears us is going to respond and he's going to protect or provide, whatever it is. And so there would be days I would be broken on my floor in my shower, praying and just crying out to God, not just verbally crying out, but broken in spirit, thinking, there's no way you see me, because why would you allow this abuse on me? Why would you allow this abuse, in our family? Why would you allow, even friends, at the time I'm trying to discuss problems with them, and to hear them rebuke me and not want to hear, what was going on in our home. It was a hard thing to go through. And so not to have anybody to turn to, I felt alone and I felt hopeless. And looking back, I look back and I see that God was right there. He was right in the middle of our home. He was in the middle of every prayer I was praying. He had never left me. He says that he will never leave or forsake us. And that's real. It's not just a word, it's a promise. And looking back 7 years after the deliverance, I see the works of his hands. And I was just telling someone, as the Lord put this on me to really put this out there, that oftentimes it is like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You refuse to worship the God of this world, and this world will throw you into the fiery furnace. And you'll be put through things, and you're going to go through things that are terrifying and that make you wonder and question everything around you. And as you're going through those things, you may not be able to see God, but he's right there. He's protecting you from things you'll never know until you're out of it. I had no idea my ex-husband was planning on killing me. He never said that to me, but he said that to my children. But I would wake up in the middle of the night terrified of dying. But God protected me from things I couldn't see. And when he brings you out of the fiery furnace, it's as if you had never gone through it. And when he redeems, people will never know your testimony until you share it. Because when someone is truly delivered in a deliverance by the hands of the Almighty God, nobody would ever know, because they will be smoke-free. Because God, when he does things, he does them with such an authority and a sovereignty that people will never be able to question that it was him. It is not by the hands of man that real, true acts of God can be done. You can emulate it, but it will still be flawed. But when it's the work of God, there are no flaws. It's perfect. And so I'm encouraging you, as you're going through this season, it may not be abuse. It may be a season of God gave you a promise, and you're waiting on that promise, and you're feeling hopeless, and you're thinking it's never going to come, that God forgot about you. God doesn't forget anything he says, and God doesn't forget anything he does, because he's amazing. And I want to tell you that he's right there, right in the middle of your situation, whatever it is, and he's going to deliver you, and you will be smoke-free. Take care.